Well, on your Idaho-today, Boise, obvious, it's growing, and so is the need for spaces that celebrate culture and connection. That's where First Fridays comes in, uniting diverse communities through music, food, and storytelling. And this monthly series brings together the Treasure Valley's Black, Brown, and multicultural communities through meaningful experiences. Here to tell us all about the impact so far and also what's coming up, including a special July 4th event, is founder Angela Taylor. Angela, always great to have you back.
Wonderful to be here.
Yes.
Thanks for inviting me back.
You're busy.
It's a busy time of the year.
Yeah.
You gotta love summer in the Treasure Valley.
You sure do. Okay, so for those who may be new to the idea of First Fridays Boise, what inspired you to start this monthly community experience?
Yeah, First Fridays Boise was inspired by a personal experience and the need for it's out of necessity. I grew up in Mountain Home, which is a tight-knit community where I had a lot of family and friends that supported me throughout my journey there. But when I went off to college and then a 20-year career in sports and entertainment, it got really lonely being on the road and going to these new cities where I didn't know anybody, and outside of the workplace or church, it was really difficult to connect with folks. Mm-hmm. And I've seen a lot of folks that are moving here to Boise and Treasure Valley have that same experience. They don't know where to connect, where to get their hair done, who to connect with, what restaurants to go to. And First Fridays Boise is about that connection, collaboration, and thriving, not in a formal professional networking way, but a space that you can come to, relax and enjoy, and connect with folks that have a very similar lived experience.
I love that. It's a friendly way.
It is.
It's kind of like when you move into a neighborhood and someone brings you a pie.
Absolutely, 100%.
Right?
Around food, and oftentimes our networking events are centered around food.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so this is great. You've actually built real momentum over the past several months, honestly, doing this with events throughout the area that really highlight culture, connection, and community. Tell us a little bit more. What impact are you seeing First Fridays Boise have across the Treasure Valley as a whole?
My heart is so full to see this vibrant community coming together and really enjoying what we are trying and intending to do with First Fridays Boise. And it starts before the events even take place. My fiance and I will be around the Treasure Valley going to restaurants or in parking lots and meet new folks, and they're like, we've heard about First Fridays, we haven't had a chance to come. And then we see them show up in an event, and it's during the events and afterwards that I think that's really special. Mm-hmm. As you see people arrive and start to see familiar faces, or to be able to connect with folks that they've never met before in a relaxed setting, while we're enjoying a wine tasting or some live music, or getting a chance to visit really iconic spaces here in the Treasure Valley that people don't know about. It's a great way to introduce people together. And then after the fact, we've had some incredible stories, one of which is one of our guests, Mark Mathis, and his wife Latrice, just recently got married, moved up here from Dallas, Texas, and in walking from one event to the next, he told me that he loves to sing. And so I actually told Thomas Hutchings that Mark was a phenomenal singer. Thomas invited him on stage, as you see here at the Lounge at the End of the Universe, to sing, and Mark absolutely tore it up singing Isn't She So Lovely with Stevie Wonder.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, and so great to see that. He actually today, June 24th, is dropping his first single.
Oh, no kidding.
Let Them, yes. So check it out on Apple Music or any place that you download your hits. But that's the story that you're seeing. There's so many talented, amazing human beings here in the Treasure Valley, and the opportunity to be able to connect with them at our First Fridays events is something that is really inspiring and rewarding.
Oh, I love that. And I love how you're building a community, right? Which is always the hardest thing to do, especially when you're new somewhere. But honestly, even if you've been somewhere for a while, it can still be hard to really find a community. So even if you're not new to the area, maybe you're just still looking for some people.
Yes,
right? Your people.
Yeah, we're in silos these days.
Yes.
Like, right, if you're in the workplace, maybe you're working virtually and you just don't have a chance to connect with folks. You have your routine, maybe you have kids, and so you're taking them to soccer practice.
Life is constantly like this.
It's busy, so just to be able to escape for a moment on the first Friday of every month has just been really a special
And speaking
experience.
on 4th of July, you have something really special coming up too, especially when it comes to like this partnership with Boise Food Tours. Tell us about that.
Yeah, for First Fridays Boise in July, on July 4th, we're going to partner with Indulge Boise Food Tours for the brunch vibe. And so guests will be able to enjoy a lovely food tour hitting 4 spots, the Lemon Tree Boise, Bacon Boise, Guru, and Acero for some lovely brunch bites as we get ready to celebrate the 4th of July.
Oh, that sounds delicious. I love that. Some of my favorite places downtown too, by the way, you got there for that First Fridays brunch vibe. Also, you got a full slate of events planned to wrap wrap up season 1, right? Give us a little sneak peek of what's to come over the next month.
I can't believe we're almost back to our first anniversary.
Yay!
Coming up after the brunch vibes in August, we're going to have Soul Session, where we're going to have a networking event before the Leela James concert at the Egyptian Theater. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then in September, we'll have the R&B session, where we're actually going to invite Mark Mathis and other talented musicians here in the Treasure Valley for a little R&B showcase to highlight all the talent that we have here. And then we'll wrap it up with our anniversary event, which will be an ice cream social. Because who doesn't want ice cream in October?
Exactly. Yes. Well, I mean, and ice cream makes everybody happy. Doesn't matter how old you are.
Exactly.
Where can people go so they can participate, learn more, and get everything on the calendar?
Yeah, you can find us at our website, firstfridaysboise.com, and any social media platforms from LinkedIn to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Love it. Angela, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me again.
And Julie, I know you're making a huge impact for so many people here in the Treasure Valley. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.